Okay, guys, well, check this out. This article is very interesting and it was published on the ABC News website on the 29th of December 2012. Jakarta sinking as water supplies dry up. Now, Jakarta is located just near Indonesia, and Indonesia is the place that experienced that massive earthquake and tsunami in 2004. So let's go on to see what the article says. Experts in Indonesia are preparing to build a huge wall to stop the ocean from swamping parts of Jakarta. Some suburbs in the capital already go underwater where there is a big tide, but the problem is expected to get even worse. Jakarta is sinking by up to 10 centimeters a year. And Indonesia's National Disaster Center says with oceans rising, large parts of the city, including the airport, will be inundated by 2030. Flooding and high tides are already causing problems for some residents in the city of 10 million people. Kartoyo's roadside food stall is swimming in about 30 centimetres of water. So this is pretty much how this poor man exists. It goes on to say, it has been easier, he said. This kind of flood is manageable, but hopefully it won't get higher. The people here before, they can't even go to the market because of the flood, and the children couldn't go to school. In 2009, the council built a small seawall, but the ocean still pushes its way up through the drains and into the homes. But while suburbs still go under and roads are rivers, residents across town have the opposite problem. Juraya lives next to a new development, one of the many pushing skywards as Indonesia's economy booms, but the water supply to her suburb has disappeared. Because the development project next door sucks up all the water stopped since the project started about 3 months ago. That's what's caused it, I think, she said. I use a small water pump and no water flows. In the beginning there was little water, but in the end it just stopped. As developers suck up the water table, it dries out and the city slumps into the empty cavity. From our observations since the 1960s, the groundwater has declined around 30 metres. The head of water resources at Indonesia's Energy and Mineral Resources Ministry said, the decline of groundwater causes pressure in the groundwater lining, and that's why Jakarta is sinking. An expert hydrologist with the National Disaster Mitigation Agency says if the problem is not remedied, it could have massive consequences. Well, I really don't know how they're going to remedy a sinking country. If this continues, the area will have permanent flooding, and this will increase especially with the additional increase of sea level in Jakarta Bay or the Java Sea, which is around 7 millimetres per year. If our efforts aren't fast enough compared to the causes, more than 5 million people could be affected. The city's given itself less than 20 years to sort it out. To curb the twin problems of the city sinking and the groundwater drying up, the government's attempting to restrict the amount of water industries can take. If the land sinking isn't resolved, then there will be widespread tidal waves that could cause more extensive flooding in Jakarta. Look, Jakarta is seriously in for a big, big problem. So we really need to, give lots of love to these people because I don't think the situation's really going to get any better. Now, as I mentioned, this was where the tsunami happened. We can see this is the tsunami here, and Jakarta's around here. You can also see it here. This is Jakarta. So Jakarta's sinking. Now, this is where that buoy was that was registering those very unusual seafloor rises. So, I mean, maybe this is what we are experiencing already and we're just not being given this information. I mean, this doesn't surprise me, but with all this movement around our planet, perhaps we are seeing parts of our planet now, the tectonics are pushing land up and other land is sinking. And that makes perfect sense to me. Anyway, I will post the links underneath, guys, and as always, peace out.